Howdy folks, this is Texas Dicer, and today I'm going to show you a strategy I've been working on that I call the Texas three-bagger. I call it the three-bagger because it basically consists of three different stages. In each stage you're trying to either have two rolls or get one hit, preferably the one hit. My target goal on this when I play this is to win about 30%. So if you have a $500 bankroll, 30% is $150. So that is kind of the target that I'm going for. And even though $500 is very low for the strategy, because of the risk that you have in phase one or stage one, it's a little bit low, but it's kind of I don't like to go and lose more than $500, so that's what I start at. Now, I have rolled this out several times using the Crapsy app. If you don't have Crapsy, then go ahead and give it a try. It really is a cool app, and it allows you to try out many strategies. But I've tried it out about 40 or 50 times with around a 70-75% success rate. I've also used this in the casino on 3 separate occasions, on 4 separate occasions. 3 times I met my goal. I hit my goal of $150, and one time I lost probably around $200, give or take a few bucks. So I'm kind of liking the strategy. I have to give it a lot more rollouts, and I'm going to do some rollouts and show you my rolls of this strategy in future videos here on my channel. But I just want to kind of explain real quick what I use for the Texas three-bagger. Now, as I said, it consists of 3 different stages, and each of those stages kind of uses a different strategy. So I'm kind of merging these strategies together. So if any of these strategies are yours or that you think you've come up with, hey, I'm not taking any credit for it. I didn't invent the game of craps. I didn't invent the betting styles, but I do try different types of betting styles and kind of merging different ones together just to see what works for me. So if it's yours, then great job. But anyway, here's the strategy that I use. Now, as I said, I start with a $500 bankroll, and that's I'm at risk of $120 per shooter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out with $120, and I'm going to go 110 on the inside. Now that leaves me $10 change, and so what I like to do is I forgot to mention that I followed the puck on the very first roll and only the first roll. So if a point is made during my 3 stages, I just keep working my bets until I either get through stage 3 or it's 7 outs. So, but anyway, so I follow the puck, and let's just assume the point is going to be at the 9 in this situation. And so I take this extra 10 and I get a hard 4 and a hard 10. That way I'm covering a little bit of the 4 and 10 in case they're rolled. Either way, any of these bets are going to pay $35. So hard 4, hard 10 pays $35. Or any of these, the 110 on the inside also pays $35. So let's assume that we get our hit. This is phase 1 of the strategy. And again, you're either going to do 2 rolls or 1 hit. If you hit 2 rolls and don't get a hit, then you bring your bets down and move to stage 2, or to stage 3, depending on where you are. You just move to the next stage and you just forego the hit. And it changes the way you bet at the very end based on how much you have in your rack. How much profit you have in your rack, but it's all is good. So let's assume we get a hit on one of the inside numbers or the hard way. It's going to pay $35. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring this down, and I'm also going to bring down my hard ways. Now I'm going to take that 100 and I'm going to break it down into 5s, so we can move into stage 2. So stage 2, we're basically going to go $10 on the 4 and 10, and then I'm going to bet $66 inside. And so that's going to be 15 on the 5 and the 9, and it's going to be 18 on the on the 6 and the 8. So let me get my change here. There's $10 for the 2 5s. And so I'm gonna put my caps out here and collect 4. All right, so now we've gone into phase 2, the second stage of this Texas 3-bagger. Again, I'm trying to get 1 hit or 2 rolls. Now, if I hit one of the 4 or the 10, it's gonna pay a little bit less. It's gonna pay 18. If I hit any of the inside, it's gonna pay 21. So $3 difference, no big deal. So let's assume we get another hit at this stage, and it's gonna pay $21. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna rack our 21, and now we're gonna move out of stage 2 and go to stage 3. Stage 3, we just bring down the 4 and 10, and we've got 66. So the first stage, like I said, we have $120 at risk. Once you get that 35, second stage, I've got 86 bet minus the 35 that I won. So I've got $51 at risk. And then this stage, I basically am gonna have the 66 minus, 35 plus 21, which is 56. So we have $10 at risk. So if a 7's rolled here, I've only lost $10. If a 7's rolled in stage 3, as long as I've been able to get a hit on each of the previous 2 stages. So let's assume we get lucky here and we get another $21. So now we've basically completed the 3rd stage, and we're going to go to 64 across. So what 64 across looks like here is $12 on the 6 and 8 and $10 on the other box numbers. Now, when we look at what our rack looks like to get our rack right, we're going to have a $13 profit. So there's 5, 25, 50, 75, 100, 25, and there's $33. So we started with 120. I've got $133. So that's a $13 profit in my rack, and I've got $64 bet on the table in house money. It's called house money. It's really my money because that's part of my profit, but at least it's not money that I brought to the casino. It's the casino's money that I won during the shooter. Now, at any time during any of these 3 phases, if a 7 is rolled and you lose your bets, you just go to the next shooter and you start back at phase 1. But once you get to this stage, when you get through your 3 stages and you've got 64 across, now you can play any strategy that you like to play in craps. You could try the squeeze play. It's a really cool strategy that Casino Quest has put out. If you haven't seen that, then look up Casino Quest on YouTube. They have some really great videos. They're fun to watch. And I'm gonna be honest, the guys crack me up. They are so funny and very inappropriate, which even makes it more funny. But I'll tell you what I like to do. So what I like to do when I get to 64 across is anytime I hit one of my outside numbers, I'm gonna press my 6 and the 8. Anytime I hit my 6 and the 8, I'm just gonna collect. Now, the only caveat to that is if I hit a 4 or a 10, the first time I hit a 4 or a 10, it's gonna pay 18, so $10 pays 18. I'm gonna drop $2 out of my rack and collect 20, and then I'm gonna press these up to $20 each. The reason I like to do that is now a 4 or a 10 on any subsequent hits is going to pay $39, and that will allow me to press up the 6 and the 8 by $18 each. So it helps grow that 6 and 8 a little bit quicker. Anytime I hit a 5 or a 9, I'm going to press the 6 and 8 up by $6 each and collect $2 change. So the only thing to be cautious about is I've played this strategy. Last time I was at the casino, my 6 and 8 got really high. It got up to $120 each, and I 7'd out. And so basically I only collected my original $13, even though I left a lot of money on the table. I don't like leaving that much money on the table. So since then I've changed this. If my 6 and 8 don't seem to be hitting for a particular shooter, then what I will do is once they get up to a $60 level, then I usually will collect half of that and bring them both down to 30. So at least I know I collected an additional $60 profit in my rack. I just kind of look at the trends of the table to see how the dice are rolling, whether I want to allow these two numbers to get too high. Anyway, so that is what I've been playing lately and what I've been trying out, called the Texas 3-bagger. If you want to give it a try, give it a try. Let me know in the comments if you have any luck. But I recommend trying it out on Crapsy, or if you have a throwing station or a table at home, or even if you just have the dining room table, roll it out a few times, give it a try, get used to the betting. Because it's really important to, before you go to the casino, to make sure that you understand the bets, understand the payouts, and you see how everything works and everything flows. That way you don't get confused at the table. Anyway, good luck, and next time you're at the casino, I hope you win.